Boom, 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 boom. I'm hip. I'm a cooler. You funny, Micah. Funny looking. Funny looking, Micah. Micah, Micah, Micah. When Frank comes in, check him out. What should we sing? Maybe right now. Nope. Candy paint with the wood undone. I've not seen any chat yet, so let's check and see if it's working or not. Huh? Stream right now. Stream right now. No, nobody's posting in chat yet. Nobody cares, Micah. Nobody knows.
But what about the seals?
What about the seals? Kitty baby. Oh. That's normal. It's weird. We have one viewer.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. See if it's up on yours. Usually we have at least 10 people by now.
YouTube. It says 2 watching.
Huh.
So I'd say that's you and whoever else is watching.
Oh, Marway's here. That's weird. There was quite a few people that were gonna watch.
3 watching now, including me.
What the fuck are you watching?
Ag.
It's like a never-ending loop. Do you hear it? Oh, God. What's going on, guys? This phone's gonna be a nightmare. I don't know if I even want to keep dicking with it. I guess we'll see if it'll turn on. I don't think it'll turn on with that baseband PMIC on. Penny, bing, sabong, bing. What the hell it's doing right now? That's not a normal voltage at all. Ain't nobody wanna watch you today. Micah, I'll make you stay after and do iPod 4th gens all night. No. You'll be the iPod 4th gen master by the end of the night.
I want to get this fucking iPad 5 done.
This iPhone. YouTube should be up. See, I think something's wrong. Like, YouTube's not working right. It says YouTube's working. Micah was looking at it. I might have to stop the stream and restart it. It says it's online right now. Alright. It's going into the we'll come back to it pile. It's gonna be a nightmare. I've already pulled most of the non-necessary bullshit off of it. And it's doing the on-off cycling. No notification from YouTube? I don't know. I can stop it and restart it. Hold on, I'm gonna just stop it for a second and then restart it and see what it does. I don't know if that'll drop the stream or not. Probably won't. I'll probably pick it right back up and just act like it was dropped frames. No, re-notified. Alright, we'll see if that did the trick or not. Candy paint with the trim on top. Alright, so I was thinking about this earlier, and I talked to Mark over at the Apple store, and we had both seen phones that, or laptops that had the overheating issue from the camera temp sensor being fucked up, and I didn't even think about it to even unplug it. But this one is showing a bunch of temp sensors down when they shouldn't be. So I'm hoping that by disconnecting the front camera, we can get a properly functioning Macbook here. So let's see what it does. iPhone 10 IC layout yet? No, I haven't seen. I saw it was posted. I haven't looked at it yet. Well, that seems like that was the problem. I should have checked that first instead of being a dumbass. Okay, so the front camera temp sensor on this one is fucking with the rest of the sensors on the board. It was making it freak out and run on high. The odd thing is I don't see any actual damage around that. Yeah, the fan is staying low and the CPU is up to temperature now. At least idle temperatures. Not sending out notifications. I don't know. It should be, but maybe it's not. Alright, so this is running at normal fan speed now, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. And I'm going to look around the camera, what I see here, or where that plugs in for the camera, and see if maybe we have like a corroded pin or something. That's the only thing I can think, because I don't believe that the camera on this one ever got wet, or anything on the screen at least. There's no backlight liquid or anything like that. Let's look at the pins here. They all look fine. Everything there looks pretty good. Let's see if I can see down into the connector. Ah, it's okay, Anthony. Evidently nobody's getting notifications today. Alright, so the connector pins look good. Nice and clean. Let's look at it from this direction. Those all look pretty clean. I don't see anything. Huh, that's really weird. So, looks like this front camera, I guess the temp sensor is just fucked up. Clean out between the pins here and make sure that there's nothing touching. I'm going to try it with the camera plugged back in and see if it does it again. If it does, we know for sure. It could be in the cable itself too. It may not necessarily be anything on the board. I'm going to just tell her that her options are don't have a webcam. Because there's, I mean, the air screens are just a pain to take apart. Not terrible, but I'd rather not risk breaking the LCD panel. Alright, it's gonna have to cycle on and off on the first boot here. Usually I just heat up a spatula and slide it around the frame to get under there, but alright, so it's on right now. And the fan's spinning up to high. So it's definitely the camera. What's up, Paul? Yeah, it's definitely the front camera, because as soon as we plug that bastard back in, all these go to hell. So I'm just going to leave it unplugged, and I'll offer if she wants to try to do it, and tell her that there's a chance that, I mean, I don't think that we break the screen. I've taken them apart before, no problems, but I mean, it is a chance every time, so I will inform her before doing anything that there is a possibility. But for now, we'll just tuck that down. We'll turn it on. We'll see. Yeah, Anthony, I've got a reader, but I need the socket for it, and I don't know that this reader will work or not. I'll have to check once I actually get in there. It reads TSOP and stuff, so it should read it, but so it's on right now. Fan is staying low. It's not ramping up. Before, so what happens on MacBooks if you if one of the temp sensors is damaged or not reading? In this case, it was 4 of them were not reading correct because the camera sensor was dragging. It was dragging the whole line down. But what happens is the failsafe for the SMC is to put the fan at high speed and downclock the CPU. Downclocking it to the point that the computer is almost useless. She was complaining of the computer after somebody worked on it. I guess somebody in her hometown, she said that the fan was running on high, so they just installed a program to control the fan speed. And that's really a band-aid on a bigger problem. I originally thought, since it did have what looked to be some signs of liquid damage, even though it was extremely minor, I couldn't really find anything. I went ahead and checked all the temp sensors, and everything seemed to be fine. After running ASD, we found that it had multiple sensors saying they were bad, and I asked Lewis earlier, and I don't know why I didn't think of this, because I've had one exactly like this before. When that front camera comes up as a possible issue, you should automatically unplug it. But of course I didn't, and that's my own fault. So wasted time pretty much. But we got it back together now. It's still on. Fan's running quiet. I can't hear it at all. So that one is solved. The other MacBook that I have has been an extreme troll. I'm trying to figure out, like, it'll go into it'll boot up or it'll chime if it's an SMC bypass, but anything else it won't boot. I can't get it out of the S4 or S5 state. I've already reballed SMC on it, and that's not it. It had pretty decent water damage on it, but everything that I've checked, it should be able to boot normally right now, and it's not. CPU reballing? Yeah, actually we do have quite a few phones for test now for that I'm going to work on. I've actually got an iPad mini I have to do first, though. Can you hand me that one more again? Ugh, my nose clogged up. Yeah, with the charge for it. I'm doing a data transfer right now too, which has been extremely time consuming. Of the 1610, yes, the A3 is the newest. If you want the newest IC though that works on all of them, get the 610 A3B. That's iPhone 7. It's backwards compatible with all the A1, A2, and A3. The new TriStar on the iPhone 8, I think it was, looks pretty interesting. Do I have any extra tubes of Flux? No. I actually need to order some. This is my last one, and I've got that much left. Micah has some, but I don't want to steal his.
What? Flux?
Flux, yeah.
No, I ain't got any left either.
Oh, you don't? No, yeah, we need to order that.
I hope this is the cable.
Yeah, whatever the new chip's called. Yeah, I think it is Hydra. No, Hydra has to do with the face recognition, doesn't it? Or no, facial recognition is Romeo. The new TriStar is Hydra. Hail Hydra.
Oh, hell, Andrew. iPad Air.
Shit. Where's the paperwork for this? I bet it's at Mark's. Damn it. It is. I'll forget it tomorrow. What's up, Shrimply? Where did I order it from? I ordered it from Lewis. What's up, Lisa? Long time. Haven't seen you in a while.
No sense.
I don't know if you all have ever had this problem, but on data recovery on an iPhone 6s that we have here, it's recognized by the computer. I can trust the computer, but iTunes cannot read the phone. 3U cannot read the phone. And the only way I can get the data off is just going through Windows Explorer and dumping off the photos that it allows me to see. It's been very, very time consuming. And for some reason, if I try to dump all of the files at once, it tells me there's not enough disk space. If I go in and look at how much disk space is available, I have 52 gigs on the flash drive, and the file size is only 26, but it won't let me transfer it. It's really weird. What's up, Aaron? You weren't getting? Yeah, evidently nobody was getting the notifications today, because for like the first 15 minutes of stream, nobody was here.
Nobody wants to watch.
Alright, so this needs a charging port. We're going to first just kind of flood the area with leaded to help with the removal. Okay. Now we'll come back in with some hot air. Alright, so the old charge port is off. The 559 is just as good, Anthony. Is the flash drive formatted to NTFS? Yeah, it should be. Pretty sure I made sure that it was. I know what you're saying if they're FAT32. No, that's what it is. It is FAT32. I could have sworn I made that NTFS. Huh. Well, fuck it. I've almost got everything transferred over, so. We'll just do it folder by folder. You thought I was a gamer? No. I do game, but not stream it. I stream repairs. What's up, buddy? Candy and pain is up in its own top. Trying to get Zeus Ryan to come in and watch sometime. I don't know if he ever will. He said he would be interested in watching it, but we'll see. Alright. Clean this up a little bit more, and then we'll go ahead and put on our new charge port. What's up, Dave? Paul, how you doing? Lisa, yes, thank you. Actually, I'm supposed to be getting some ordered, hopefully. What are you ha over there?
Woo!
Let's clean this shit up.
I'm working on all the bullshit today.
Yeah, you are. Frank's here for you. Called it.
Man, how you doing?
Oh, you know, doing.
You're doing something, huh?
Doing something all the time, man.
Where's this stuff at? This right here. No, these are honor
No.
phones. These are your honor phones.
Right here.
There's any way you can give me a receipt for the 6S?
Yeah.
So they go,
I can put it in there.
Like, hey, what did you do? What do you... Like the other customer.
That thing probably needs a new SIM card, too.
SIM card?
Or service on the SIM card.
How much
Oh,
did
I
you
check
owe?
it with
It's
my
done shelf.
Done shelf.
phone and it's like, they're working good.
What now?
You Chris? I
You-
put his SIM card on my phone.
Yeah.
And it's making calls, no problem.
It doesn't work in that phone. I can put a Verizon SIM in it and get service, but not with that SIM.
Really?
Yeah.
So with his SIM card, is no service again?
Yeah. It still says no service. It wouldn't get any service with any SIM card before. Because I put a Verizon SIM in it before. It wouldn't get service.
Okay. Well, what I tell them, like you did something like.
I'll give you a receipt. We did water damage repair. There was a shit ton of corrosion on that board.
Okay. So pretty much, I tell him it was a water damage, and that's
Mhm.
why you don't have no service, right?
Yep.
I told him it could be like baseband, or something.
It had corrosion under the baseband PMIC, under one of the controller chips onto the side. There's a bunch of stuff that had
Alright, so
liquid
what do you
damage in
want
it.
me
Yeah, write something
much do you
at least
owe?
2-3 items, or maybe.
Well,
2
just
items.
that one. Do you need it for both or just one?
Just for one, for 6S.
AD, liquid damage repair?
880?
Yes.
Okay.
And this one was a touch problem, right? You put the solder on the motherboard. Is that what was, Chris?
What's that?
6 Plus. Touch disease.
Yeah, I fixed the touch IC.
It's weird, huh? When you put those flex screws back to secure the LCD,
Mm-hmm.
it start doing it. As soon as you unscrew and take out the plate,
Yep.
it stopped doing it.
It'll come back though later. We did that before.
$80 on this one.
We did that before where we took the screws out. We were hoping a long time ago that would help prevent it, and it doesn't. Shoot what?
It, for some reason, the $80 labor one adds tax.
Yeah, take tax off.
That's what I'm doing.
Chris, you see that line on the LCD? You think it's gonna be problem if I sell it to customer, or should I replace the LCD?
The discolored line?
Yeah, this color line.
I don't know. I mean, ask the customer if it bothers them, swap it out. If
But
not,
in the long run, you think it may just shut off?
no,
No,
I don't
it
think
should
so.
be fine.
I think it's just the pressure point on the LCD.
Okay. Alright, $80 on that one.
So let me give you a card, okay?
Alright.
Yeah, use this card, please.
Alright.
This one is a credit card, so it should be fine.
And did you owe anything on the other phone, Chris?
Yeah, it's
Alright.
100.
100? Okay. Sign that there. Alright, there's a receipt on that one. Let me get your bring up on the other one.
Hopefully you don't come to me and say $80 is too much, because I told him it could be 120 if it's a basement, so I think $80 he should replace it for the
Well, I would hope so if he was okay with 120.
Yeah.
I mean, I can pop that Verizon SIM in if you want to see it real quick. It pulls
Yeah,
service immediately.
That would be good, so that way we know 100%, because this guy is coming every
What's
weekend.
the what was done for the one that was 100?
This one is
Touch IC.
Touch
Yes.
IC? Okay.
I saw your YouTube channel, man. I didn't know you had a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be $100 on the side.
Okay, you got my card back.
Oh, do I still?
I think so.
No, I handed it back to you.
Give it to me. You think if I put T-Mobile SIM card, it should work?
Yeah, should.
Okay, I got my
Should
T-Mobile right here, but yes,
LTE
it's
full
come right
bars.
now. Yeah, let's put this T-Mobile for now because he has a T-Mobile SIM card and he may try that unless it's a Verizon phone only, you know.
This is T-Mobile one
Yeah.
here.
Over there for me?
When I put his SIM card in, it pulls in voicemails and random apps open up.
So I'm thinking maybe that Go Smart is not supported by that phone. It's not unlocked.
There's a receipt on that one.
I don't
It's a
know.
Verizon
It doesn't complain about it.
Yeah, if it's a Verizon phone, it should take it. Because Verizon mostly unlock phones. You would say SIM not supported or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, on the free market, what do you usually give as far as warranty days?
3 months.
3 months?
Mm-hmm.
On all repairs? If it's a water damage or...
Water damage will give no warranty.
No warranty. So this case would be no warranty, right? Success.
Mm-hmm. Since it's liquid damage. Are you sure the phone's not blocked?
It should what?
Are you sure it's not blocked? Because it doesn't get service with that SIM either.
It's not?
Mm-mm. You sure it's not blocked?
No. I'm making. You just called me probably like 30 minutes ago to that SIM number.
I'm not saying that the SIM card. I'm saying that this phone.
Oh, the phone is not supporting, you mean?
No, it doesn't say anything about SIM support. It just doesn't get service on that stuff.
You mean like a lock to T-Mobile or lock to Verizon?
No, I mean like they put a block on it so it can't get service at all.
Oh.
You know their passcode by chance?
Yeah, 198801. Unless this is like a prepaid type phone, like a Bluegrass.
Oh, died.
Shoot.
Battery.
Yeah.
I mean, it pulls signal with other SIM cards, so it's got to be something weird.
Okay.
Try. Is the original T-Mobile phone or is it AT&T phone?
This one.
I would check and see what carrier it is.
Okay. Okay. Did you take out my SIM card? Or is
Yeah, I
it
put them back in the same phones.
Okay. Let me quickly check if my SIM card is back. I don't want to forget my SIM card. That would be disaster. It's gonna be fun Saturday this with all this Halloween candies, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's back online. Alright, man, I'll tell him it's working with Verizon.
Yep.
And, check back with the carrier, see if it's locked with the carrier maybe.
Yeah. Or try a different carrier and see what it does.
Okay, man. Alright, appreciate it.
No problem. There's really a weird one there. What's up, Freddie? Sorry. It's really odd. Like that phone pulls service with Verizon, but won't pull service with T-Mobile. I've seen several phones that way. iPhone 7s that won't pull service with AT&T, but if I put my AT&T card in it, it will. I don't fucking know. All right, so we got our soldering done on our charge port there. Not perfect, but looks good. That's all that matters. As long as it's soldered on there and not gonna flop off, we're good to go. Put the cover back over here, and we'll get that one back to Mike. I'm gonna check it real quick, make sure that TriStar is working and the charge port is good. And try not to rip this phone off the desk here. because everything likes to hook itself into everything else. And then we'll go through mailbag shit. Mailbag. Alright, so test and see. Yep, TriStar is working. Charge port is kicking the iPad on. Which one was this one? Is this the one I worked on? Yeah, that's a water damaged one. On to the next. Make sure your jumpers don't fall off. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those fragile jumpers. They're very snowflakey. That iPad's ready, Marco.
What?
That iPad's ready. The charge port one.
Yeah. Okay.
Ready to roll.
Or I'll put it back in.
All right, let's see what this one is. We got a 6+ board.
You said you didn't care if it was a widescreen, did you?
No. Speaking of that, I gotta order those. This phone's gonna suck. So this is a Touch IC gone wrong. Supposedly the phone turns on and immediately shuts off. Oh yeah, look at that shit. Looks like they've been digging around in the traces there. And they've halfway removed the shield here. Looks like they put heat down here for some reason. I guess they're trying to take this off. They damaged the barometric pressure sensor there. Let's see what else. Looks like this has been through an ultrasonic cleaner at some point. I'll go ahead and break this shield off. Only M1 jumpers fall off, this is true. Nothing else. Looks like this phone was a liquid damaged phone. So you can see here the end of this capsule discolored. That one's almost missing. Let's see. Do we have any solder balls? Obvious heat issues here. I don't see any heat problems on the front side. Looks like they've been in here cleaning out the underfill for some reason. I guess trying to see if maybe it was a problem around the connector. They cleaned out all around the what's up, DNM? They cleaned out all around the backlight LD, or the camera LDO and the home button LDO. They cleaned out all the camera shit up here. The fucking battery connector looks like it's been molested. Missing the end of a cap there. That's definite water damage. Yeah, the cap is pretty much just a shell of its former self. The shit beside Mason. Yeah, all this tomfuckery, whatever the hell they were doing. Looks like they were digging around over here for something. I'm not sure what. I guess they were trying to do the jumper for the Via, but failed miserably. Looks like they got a dry joint on 2 of these. Let's see if it'll even boot up. Because the complaint was it wouldn't boot. If I can find my fucking screen. There it is. I don't know if they burned it away or scraped it away. Looks like they scraped it away, but let's see if we can even get it to boot first. I would be very interested in that. No abnormal voltage reading there. Prompt to boot looks normal. Power supply came off though. That one's just worn out. It won't stay connected. I gotta get some junk batteries and salvage the ends off of them. Okay, so I have no image at all. Yeah, I have nothing on screen. I do have backlight though, so that means we're missing possibly a 1v8 rail or a 5v7. I would think a 5v7 would probably be there though. We got a pin there that looks like it's. That's probably why we have no image. There's corrosion on that pin there. It's one of the data lines, and if the data line's gone, you will have no image. Let's try that again and see if we get image this time. Alright. Prompt to boot. Still no image. Backlight still no image. Alright. So let's test our BGA filter looks okay. I'll have to pull up a schematic and see. There's a lot of burnt components through there. Really think that this is possibly going to be an issue with one of these data line chokes. The easiest way to deal with the data line chokes is just clean off the underfill around them, add some flux and just reflow the joints, and then you can also test the actual filter, the choke, and see if it's got a high ohm resistance. Then you know you have a problem with the actual choke itself. LCD data likes to be choked. You gotta make sure it's choked well. If you're not choking it, you're not doing it right. Tell him, Micah. Tell him, Micah. Show him, Micah. Show him how you choke it. AM? See if we can get the right angle here to get in here. The iPhone 6s has a much finer pitch between the connector and the component, so doing these filters is far harder on the newer phones than it is on these. Maybe for all data. Micah does the backhanded stranger on himself.
Looks like I'm going left-handed tonight.
Lefty.
Stranger in the bathtub.
Stranger in the bathtub. Alright.
Oh, Poppy, today I do it better.
Is that right, Micah?
That's right.
No, Poppy.
I was watching the episode the other night with Jennifer Lopez on South Park.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking dumb.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Where Cartman has the Jennifer Lopez
Jennifer
hand
Lopez hand, yeah, okay,
hand
yeah,
puppet.
yeah. That's an older episode.
Yeah. They've been going. I think they had like a marathon where they showed all of them. Alright, so let's try this again. Hey, we have image now. It's distorted, but we have image. So we have lines all the way across, so I'm going to guess that has to do with Mason, based on the pattern. It's already, the pattern doesn't symbolize anything that I've seen. It faded out now. Let's see if it comes back in the press.
On these, maybe a chance there. This folds back and tapes down.
Yes,
the line.
behind
Okay.
it, yeah. Okay, so we're back to no image. So we might have a bad data line actually. MacBook? Yeah. We already did one MacBook. We have another one though. If you want to help me figure it out in a little bit, Tim, I'll do it after this one. Well, hopefully this one doesn't take forever. Okay, 3 ohms. 3 ohms. 3 ohms. 3 ohms. 3. That thing's got fucking shit back on top of it again. What's up, Chuck? Up, Chuck. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3 and 3. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull Mason on the backside because it may be causing problems. It doesn't look the greatest around it either, so God knows what's going on with it. It could be very well shorting out chestnut, causing the weird visual problems. Oh geez. So we're missing several pads. We've got a jumper for M1 there. Look like they're all NC pads though, so that's good. This looks like that eBay special Touch IC job. You're playing Fortnite on Xbox? I played Fortnite a few times on console, or not console, PC. I like the game, I just can't I'm not very good at it, so I get my ass fucking wrecked. Okay, let's see if this thing's grounded out. No, it's not grounded out. That's good. Let's resolder these little filtering caps in the center here. By far the worst you've seen? I've seen worse. I've gotten worse working before. Now, granted, the ones that were worse looking did not have LCD problems, so that kind of adds a new little twist to it. But I've definitely seen far worse with Mason. I've seen where all the little filtering caps in the center were knocked off, and Cumulus was flattened to the board with no solder. I mean, well, solder bridges under it. I've seen pretty bad shit. At what point do you blame software? If it is it turning off or just going to a screen with backlight only? I would definitely go software route if you think that's what it's doing. Software always will cause like Apple logo for a second and then off with a backlight only, no image. Alright, touch those up a little bit. Make sure that those are good. Oh, logo shows for 40 seconds? Yeah, that I don't know if that's software or not. I have one here just like that actually. The logo will show for a while and then it won't do anything. I'm not sure what's causing it. It won't go, it won't do recovery either. It won't even go into restore mode. Could check NAND, I mean. Could be a NAND problem. If you try a restore, it'll tell you if it's NAND or not. Alright, let's see if it'll boot without Mason on. And keep image and not fade out. If it fades out again, we're going to have a chestnut problem, most likely. Not a serious issue, but makes you wonder if chestnut got too hot, if anything else got too hot. Maybe chestnut just got fucked up. Okay, we have image. It's clean now, at least. With Mason off, there's no lines on the screen. We'll see if it boots all the way up now or if it fades out again. Nope, it's fading out. It's really weird. Let me press on GPU. Oh, maybe. I may have disconnected the power there, actually. Let me see if I just knocked the power off. Nope, no image again. Now it just has lines all down the screen with backlight. So I'm almost thinking that either this is a GPU problem, could be from too much heat on the backside. I could try replace. Yeah, we'll see. We have image back now. Let me see if goddamn piece of shit connectors always fucking falling off while I'm trying to fucking work on something. ship you a live gecko. Isn't that an international crime to ship animals?
No.
I thought it was if they weren't like properly checked and shit. Like you just shipped them across.
I don't know. They do it all the
Yeah.
time.
So this is a CPU problem. I'm pressing on the CPU and the screen is cutting in and out. It started to fade out just then, and I pressed on it and it came back. So if you watch it, it's fading out right there. Let's see if I can catch it. See, I pressed on the GPU and the image came back. I'm pressing as hard as I can to keep it on. Ah, it's getting hot. So this one's a lost cause. This one is a most likely a solder connection issue under CPU. Not necessarily not a lost cause, just something that I don't feel comfortable with doing yet. Not comfortable enough to say I could successfully do it. So, rehydrate CPU, yeah, pretty much.
Do it.
No, I'm not gonna reflow the CPU. Just make it worse.
Do it.
Alright, no, I'm joking. So, this one most likely has an SOC solder issue under it. I'll contact them and tell them if they want me to try. I'll try it. Fuck it. I mean, they're gonna have to pay for it, but I'll see what they want to do. If they have data on it, I can clamp the CPU and get the data off. So that's an option, I guess, if they want to go that route. Alright, on to the next one. Let's see, this is from Crossville, Tennessee. From Tech Pros. Oh, I will. I'll definitely stream it. Data off and move to the next one? Yeah, pretty much. Almost MacBook time. iPhone 6 Plus no power 1 week, was thrown against a wall.
What?
Replaced screen, it worked okay at first and then started shutting off randomly, now it won't power and on off to new charge port. I have braced my customer to the 60 to 125 cost. Braced them. Maybe they shouldn't have slammed their phone against the wall. Alright, fuck it. We'll do the MacBook. I don't want to deal with this. That's going to be another fucking CPU. I already know it.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. Fuck it. We're doing it live. Alright, Tim. You're going to have to walk me through this one. And tell me what you think, because I've about exhausted what I can think of. So, this is a 2013 15-inch Retina. 820-3332. 3332. Guess it would have been easier to say 3332. 3332. This one was liquid damage. I'll show you where the liquid damage was, and I will show you what I've fixed so far. And SMC bypass, this will chime and try to boot up. It has no image though, so I don't know if it's actually booting or not. So I'm not going to say that it's actually booting. Not a 3332? Yeah. Yes, it is, Tim. It is. It chimes in SMC bypass. There's no image though. I don't know if that's because of LCD damage, because there is damage around the well, I don't know if I have GPU vCore first of all. The MOSFETs and stuff around CPU look okay. I don't see any damage there. That's normally what I fear on these, because that area is easily affected and easily destroys CPU. But I don't think that that area has been affected here. It doesn't boot at all if I try to boot it with non-bypass. So if I try to boot it with no bypass mode, I don't get S4 or S3 rails. I get PP 5V S5. I just don't get PP 3V3 S4, I think it is, or I can't remember which one's next. And I've already reballed the SMC on this one just to make sure there was no corrosion under it, which there was not. What's the SMC reset voltage? I believe it's 3.4 or something like that, 3.3. We'll check it right now though. Alright, so I get a green light. Now I get fan spin. What the fuck? Okay, so it's working. I fixed it. It was not getting fan spin before, but now it is. I didn't do anything. Fan is spinning. I've already ran it through the ultrasonic. I can't imagine there's anything under it. Yeah, it turned on normally. Like the fans are spinning up like it's booting. Alright, we'll throw it back in the frame again. I'll show you where most of the liquid was though, so we can go ahead and see it. Alright, so liquid started up here. This tantalum cap was completely destroyed. I assume this is the BIOS. Let's see. No, that's RAM, I guess, for GPU. Replaced that cap. Checked all the components around here. Nothing was shorted. Liquid ran down through here over the GPU MUX chip, I assume. Ran down through here. Traces were burned off on this component. I replaced that. Everything over here around the 5V and the S3V3 were good. Came down through here. Nothing in this was really bad. RAM looked fine. It's kind of dirty because I've been working on this thing, putting flux on it since I ultrasonicked it. I had to rebuild the entire ISL area. A lot of these traces were burnt out. So I've got jumper wire. There's a jumper wire here. This pad was gone. There's a jumper wire here. A couple of these were fucked up. I had to make jumpers on. I had to replace a lot of the components around here. They were all burned up. SMC is over here on this side. Where is it? Right there. That's the SMC on this one. I already reballed this one just to make sure. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, you can see the reball under there. Nice and clean leaded balls. So I don't know what changed, but now it's booting, which kind of bothers me because when something boots when it shouldn't, it doesn't make any sense why it did. On the front side, looking at the ISL area, the glue on here is still there, but the CPU, MOSFETs and stuff, like none of these are burned up. There was really no corrosion. There was some there, but there wasn't much around it. I really didn't see anything that looked crazy. Just going across the board. PCH area looked fine. Nothing crazy over there. Everything over here looked good. Really, the top side of the board was fairly untouched. What's an ISL 625? It's a power back on. Like put it in the frame. So yeah, fans are spinning again. I don't know why it's working now. It really doesn't make any sense. Because before it wasn't working. And I was trying to track down why the S4 and S3 states weren't coming on. The fans are spinning up now to higher speed. Resolder U8900 if it has no image. Is that the one Lewis just did? What's up, Scoop? Let me open up and see. I need to pop it back in the frame to see if it has image now. It'll be my luck it'll have fucking image too. Like, the guy that has sent this has been blowing me the fuck up about it. And now, I'm almost afraid to fucking ultrasonic it because I think it won't turn back on. But he's been blowing me up and acting like I'm screwing him over. And I was like, dude, I'm stumped here. I'm trying to figure it out, man. Be my luck, I just turned the fucking thing back on and it works. Alright, so this software, if you don't have it, is by Paul Daniels, by the way. Well, edited by Paul Daniels. For the better, the much better. Alright, so U8900. Okay, so let's check around U8900 and see. Doesn't look terrible. I'll go ahead and resolder it though. Michael Myers, I'm scared of you and I don't understand your language. No, I'm joking. I don't understand Russian though, sorry. The ISL is it's a voltage regulator pretty much. It does the battery charging and the voltage inrush control. So it makes sure that the computer is not drawing too much amperage and not drawing too much voltage. It also regulates the battery voltage to make sure that it's see you, Shrimply. Make sure that it's properly charging the battery and not overcharging it. Alright, so that's soldered. Rest in peace. Tim, why do you say these things? What does that even mean? Rest in peace for what? See you, Paul. Thanks for joining us, as always. Stream went out for a second. Yeah, we had 930 drop frames. Alright, so I resoldered the chip we were talking about, Tim. Just check it over and make sure everybody looks good here. It's a little sketchy there. Tim is just an angry man. I agree. Tim is very angry. Alright, that looks good. That side looks pristine. And that side looks good also. Alright. So, resoldered all the pins around that ISO. See you later, Abu. Abu Saeed is out.
So what, did YouTube fail to notify all your viewers?
Yeah, evidently. Alright, so plug-in still works. Okay, well, let's put it back in the frame and see if we have image. Or see if we have to diagnose a GPU V-core missing. This board is a pain in the dick to put in. Never understand why Apple had to make it to where the board hooks under one side. Like, why couldn't it just drop straight in? Was that just too easy, or does it have to be complicated to put in a board? I know it's Apple, so Apple was not very logical in the first place, but come on, Apple. Be funny if this whole time, like, something on the DCM board was fucking with it. That would be my karma for making fun of Lewis when he doesn't check the DCM board. Alright, so we'll plug in our hard drive, so at least we'll get an image instantly when we prompt it to boot. I'm just going to leave the battery disconnected so it'll self-boot on its own. Let's see what happens. Fans are spinning. It chimes. Backlight's on. No Apple logo though. So it is currently on. There's a backlight. You can kind of see it. I can't really flip it over. There you go. Apple logo is shining. But we have no image. Let's see if maybe it's not seeing the SSD, and maybe we'll get a folder icon. Actually, the better way of going about this would be probably to boot it holding the option. Okay, so it's... I guess it would help if I plugged in the keyboard all the way instead of half. Yeah, we still have backlight, no image. Is it showing a black image? Yes. I think the LCD is activating. Let me hold. What the fuck was that? It's constantly chiming over and over. Now it's just chiming over and over and over. What the fuck? Can y'all hear this?
Yeah, I hear it.
It's chimed normally that time. Let's turn it off again. I'm gonna hold the option again on boot and see if it does that chime over and over. Yeah. If you hold Option, it chimes over and over. It's fucking weird.
Why though?
I don't know.
Does it do it any other time?
PCH is... Are you talking about for the image? Not have an image? We'll look over here at the LVDS. So the LVDS area didn't really have much damage that I could see. Alright, let's see here. Oh, no, we do have a burnt pin. That might be why. That's probably LCD power, I would bet. I don't know, the pin's there. It's just dirty as fuck. Let's look on the LVDS, make sure it's not burned. Yeah, the LVDS is a little burned here. So that could be our problem. Didn't even check that. Ugh. Need to switch you all back so you can actually see this shit. I'm over here fucking working and not even paying attention. Everybody's like, God damn, I can't see anything, bro.
Dog, can't see what you're doing.
So that first pin there is pretty burnt, and then the LVDS has some corrosion on it. Not anything major, but it does have a little. I'm gonna retouch up that pin. The other ones look okay. Assume that first pin is going to be LVDS powered. I'm going to make a fucking mess here in a second. I'm going to knock all this shit off on the floor. That pin's pretty gross. Is it backlight? I thought backlight was usually towards the middle a little bit and had 2 pins on it instead of 1. I have to check the schematic. JTAG okay? Yeah, JTAG looks fine. That was one of the first things I looked at because the JTAG's usually a dick bag. I'm gonna go ahead and just reflow all these just for peace of mind. Guess it'll help if I put some flux down. I will. I'll check it in a second. Alright, so let's look here real quick. I'm gonna open board view. Alright, so pin 1 is backlight. I guess the 3 pins at the end are LCD power. Oh yeah, they are. Huh, I always thought that was the other way around. I always thought backlight had multiple pads and LCM power had only a few. But whatever.
What else?
Good to know. I really probably need to hook this up to an external monitor now and verify that this is getting no image. It's still booting, so that's a good start. Still not getting any image though. Tim, do you know if this will output image on the external even if the internal is not working? In that case, if the PCH was bad or having issues? I'm hoping it'll flash me a folder sign just because like the SSD is fucked up or something. Actually, I can probably just pop in a USB flash drive and roll this out real quick. Can you hand me a Mac USB flash drive?
If I can find him, where the fuck did I put him in there?
The PCH is violating my soul. Alright, so I'm going to pull the power, plug it back in. Nada. What's up from the ashes? So I got jack shit.
We ain't got shit.
We ain't found shit. I really don't want to dick with the PCH on this thing. But I'd rather roll everything else out first. It's definitely not booting from this shit. Let me go ahead and unplug it. I'm going to plug in the battery and see if it will run on the battery and charge the battery. Still backlight, still chimes, still no image. Does the daughter board have to be plugged in at all for the USB and the HDMI? I don't think it does. Actually, I can probably boot this in verbose mode to see if it'll display anything. Oh, looky there. We got image. So it is working. Huh. Why won't it boot up with the Apple logo though? Oh. It pretty much, I clicked on Macintosh HD and it froze the fuck up. So there may be something wrong with the SSD. Let me see if I can get it into, at least boot it up into the recovery disk. Yeah, the Samsung Go mic is awesome. For the price, I mean, it's really hard to beat it. Yeah, so if I click on the boot up disk, it goes to Apple logo and it starts loading. So there's a problem with the SSD. Wouldn't shock me. I mean, these things are sensitive as fuck when it comes to any type of damage like that. SSDs are very sensitive, it seems. So We'll let this load up and I'll go into disk management and see what's going on with it. Make sure it's like seated in there well or something. I just kind of got it sitting in there, so. Is it not all the way in, maybe? I mean, it sees the drive, so it has to be all the way in. Oh, you've got a wireless one? That's cool. I thought about getting the wireless one, Paul, but I don't know. Maybe it'd be easier. People probably hear me easier. Less bullshit from the hot air station. Alright, so if this will ever boot up, I got a mouse now. The mouse isn't laggy, so I know the CPU is running well. There we go. So we're into the OS X setup. And of course it doesn't give me options for not enough free space to install on Mac hard drive. Okay. That's the first. Let's see. Battery seems to be working. Let's reboot it. And boot back into the recovery disk. Oh, because the OS is on USB? Yeah. Come on, reboot for me. It didn't give me the utilities option. We did this before where you have to reboot the computer to get the utilities to open up. I don't know why it is. For some reason, like the first time you go into it, it won't let you for some reason. But my goal right now is to get in disk utilities. So we'll try this again and see if it gets me option for it this time. Yeah, it is weird. Micah has had it happen too, like where when you boot up the installer disk, it doesn't give you the utilities option like it normally does.
You just gotta
Reboot it.
Yeah, reboot it and it'll come up. Yeah.
I don't know why it does that. It's really odd.
Software glitch.
Yeah, I don't know why Tim hasn't bought one yet. I mean, they're cheap in the US. They're like $30 here. They're fucking dirt cheap.
What is it?
The Go mic. Ah, my back fucking hurts. I'm sure Ashley's been trying to message me. She's probably like, fuck's he doing?
I'm trying to get this shit done. At least maybe it's 2 hours left.
MacBook and MacBook Airs. The hardware on the Mac Airs is downclocked. You don't get as fast because they don't thermally cool as well. And not that the MacBook Pros cool that well anyway. Are you talking about the fucking fanless MacBooks? Those are an iPad with other options. Okay, so it still didn't give me the utilities options here. Usually it does after you fucking do that. Alright, I told it to boot up directly from the USB this time. Let's see if it works.
Come back and tell you.
Yeah, the i7. I mean, STS does a lot more editing than I do, so CPU probably makes a lot of sense to have a pretty fast one and stuff, but I mean, I've got a junky ass fucking FX 6300 or 6200. It's a 6 core, but it's slow as balls. And it does pretty well. Alright, so we're booting directly to the USB this time. We'll see if it'll give me the options this time. Yeah, streaming, my CPU right now is 15% usage. The GPU in mine does all the heavy lifting with the encoding. CPU there. Good old Spectrum, aka Time Warner. Dropping that internet, bro. Just telling everybody I'm back. Hold on. He's back. From outer space. I still don't have the options to choose it. What the fuck? That's dumb as shit. Select the disc. I want to select this one. I know I can't install it because you won't let me fucking format it, you piece of shit. Does anyone know how to get around this? Usually it will let me just boot up to the OS installer and select disk utility, but evidently I don't have that option now. Do I have to do something special here? Not enough space, not enough free space. Maybe if I back all the way out, does that work? Let's see. There, maybe? No? Maybe it's here. No? No? Let's go back again. Literally, I should have access to disk utility right now, and I don't. Password encrypted disk? I don't know, maybe. But usually we can still see it in disk utility, though. I can at least get into disk utility. I can't even do that right now. Like, I don't have the option. Like, it's just not up here. Like, I have the Apple logo, and that gives me startup disk, restart, shutdown, language chooser, and then shows me the battery icon. And then gives me keyboard options. It doesn't. Apple has startup disk, restart, and shutdown. I've done disk utility from this USB before. Like, usually I have access to disk management or disk utility because you have to be able to format the drive if the drive is not ready to be installed to. So it should give me the options to do so. What OS? Sierra? I kind of like letting this run. Just kind of heat cycle and everything, and if it's older, maybe. Do we have a newer one than Sierra? Is there a newer one than Sierra?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't keep up with have a MacBook. Come in here. Ask me about MacBooks. Stuff.
And stuff.
Smushed corner here.
Smush smush.
Smushed corner. Where's my hammer?
Use English for the primary language.
Where's that hammer? There.
So, I mean, I can sit here and dick with this, but honestly, I wonder if I can. High Sierra is the newest. Oh, fucking Apple. Well, I mean, I guess I can't really complain. It's booting. Why you know? Slide over.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't think the Mac was updated beyond anything else. My internet's taking a dump again. I can't remember what we held before, but we held something and it would make it fucking boot up differently. I mean, I could go into like verbose mode or single user mode and probably get into this utility from there. Or I could boot it into, I could use Disk Warrior maybe. Yeah, actually I don't know if I can direct boot from Disk Warrior. It usually doesn't like to. Tried clearing the VRAM? No. Like doing the option PR bullshit. Is it control option RP or option command RP? No, it's gotta be control option. Oh, it's booting from the USB again. I can't even remember. I don't do Macs enough. I wish I did. Honestly, I like working on them. They're easier than iPhones. Most of the time. Command option PR. This keyboard has Alt. Alt control. Yeah, Alt and control on it. It doesn't even have command and option. Which is weird.
What model is that?
It's a 13 Retina.
That's odd.
It is odd. Somebody wanted a Windows machine. Does anybody know what these little stupid pogo pin things are on the bottom of these? Is that to keep the fucking bottom case from vibrating or something? Or is that like some drop sense or something? I never could figure out what they were. Hold Command R as a boot for recovery? Okay. I'll do that. Command Alt PR, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to shut it down and then we'll do Command R and do the recovery boot. Come on, fucker, shut down. Yeah, I'm gonna have. I've been thinking about just getting one and installing an OS on it anyway. Goddamn, turn off. There it goes. Thank you. Holding Command R right now. we go. Internet recovery. This may take a while. Apple.com/support -1005F. Okay. I don't know what that means. Let's do... Alright, we did a PRAM reset. I think it's trying to boot from the SSD now, which is not functioning. So it's just hung. .5SE, yeah, go ahead, Nate. I think I'm gonna boot in a single user and see if I can get a disk utility from there. I'm actually gonna reseat this SSD real quick too. It doesn't look bad. I mean, it's dusty, but there's no signs of liquid on it. The connector is clean. I don't have another SSD to test with, that's a problem. Wish I did. Alright, let's do Command S for single user mode. May not actually let me into that if the hard drive's fucked. It. Let's try verbose mode. I want to see if verbose mode will show me anything. Command T. Let's try. Command T. Does it do anything? Let's see. Looks like Command T does nothing. Yeah, not a damn thing. Alright, let's just boot it back into startup disk selection. Someone else already worked on it. They told the customer resistor at where the port connects to the board. They tried to fix it. Now when plugged in, amps fluctuate, battery and bat voltage fluctuates also. Did you try a new charging port? What the fuck were they doing? Shift plus control. Alright, so shift plus control. Shift plus control. Shift plus control does nothing. Or am I doing shift control option for SMC reset? I don't think SMC is the problem here though. The computer turns on, it just doesn't do anything else. Shift on its own is safe boot? Okay, I'll try that. So holding shift. Which resistor are you talking about? Are you talking about like the battery SWI filter? Alright, so holding shift does nothing either. I mean, I don't know why I'm dicking with it here. It's obvious the SSD is just fucked. Or something to do with the SSD is fucked, which I can figure out, I guess. Or you can just boot from a USB drive the entire life of this computer. T on its own is target. Okay, we'll do T on its own. I mean, I don't think it's anything to do with the computer because it sees the hard drive. I mean, it comes up and it shows it. Alright, holding T. There we go. We got a lightning bolt icon. And it's moving. And not doing anything. What's that mean? Does that mean Flash Gordon? No, it's Sierra. It's 100% Sierra. Do we have a Yosemite installed this still? Let me see that one.
Hold on.
Man, fuck your whole family. Let's try just S by itself. See if that gives me single user mode. Oh, I can connect it to another Mac. Well, it doesn't do me any fucking good. I don't have another Mac. Well, I have that Air, I guess. We have a Mac that we need to fucking light up, hook up the lightning port. We have another Mac that we need to actually finish up. It's one that is just a motherboard that we're gonna hang on the wall. We've already tested it on the bench and it works, boots up. We just have to install a fan controller because it doesn't have a trackpad. Alright, fuck all this jazz. I'm just gonna boot it back onto the USB and see if it'll give me the utility options. If not, I'll do Yosemite. I know Yosemite will give them to me. It's Sierra that we first, I think, saw it on. Maybe I have to sign it into a network. Maybe I'll do that first. I don't have the Wi-Fi card in. Let me turn it off real quick and put the Wi-Fi card in. Oh, Mr. Wi-Fi, where are you?
Chris, did you know during the Facebook days that you could implant a video file?
You mean MySpace?
Yeah, the MySpace page. You can input a video file as like a JPEG.
Yeah.
And I used to go around doing that, and that would be the song that I was putting. And it would like automatically start playing the song as soon as you went to someone's page. And that's why I went around doing the Flash. So as soon as you went to their page, you started playing Flash.
Probably need to reboot it. I wouldn't hold an option. We'll see. No, it came up. Let's see if we even a PC should allow me to see the destructor. Yeah, I'll take it over tomorrow and take it to the Mac store. They'll actually look at it. Well, I don't have the antennas hooked up, so evidently I can't pick up shit. I figured the Wi-Fi would be strong enough just sitting here. Close enough to the router. Watch my next problem be that I can get it to boot, but the SSD and the Wi-Fi don't work. Whatever your MacBook Air, you have a 2011, you can donate with a busted LCD. Oh, I don't need anything. Mark, use that as a fucking work computer so you can work on Macs. That's what we're doing. We're using a 2010 13-inch Pro motherboard so we can have a Mac in-house. The MacBook store, or the Apple certified place across the street, he has an old, well, it's not old, but it's a Retina bottom case. The top case was wrecked from where somebody dropped it, and he just took the screen off of it and used it as a desktop. What's up, Alex? Long time no see, buddy. Yeah, it still doesn't give me an option. Let me see that disc, that USB-Z. You said that last time, Micah.
I know, I'm trying to fuck it up.
Well, I am too, Micah. Micah. You just got power back? What the fuck happened?
Pretty sure this is it.
Yeah, should be. Unless we overwrote this one.
Yeah, I don't think we did, but there's a chance.
We'll find out, Micah. Gotta love reduce, reuse, recycle. I agree. Yep, Yosemite. Woohoo! Yosemite! Come on over here, Yosemite. Medea. Suck on Medea. Meter base had a burnt leg, causing half the house's power to go in and out. That's fun. Gotta love those days. Somebody's closer. What you laughing about, Micah? Oh, my back hurts. Doctor said I need back out of me. Oh, fuck me. I disconnected the battery.
Oh, come
Right,
on, Chris.
I disconnected the power. The battery's obviously not charging. This thing's probably gonna have so much shit wrong with it. Alright, so hopefully I don't unplug it this time. So, evidently the battery is not charging. So that means it's probably going to need a new battery too. Savior of the universe! Alright. I'm going to promise not to unplug it this time. Makes the back feel good.
To use English for the main language, press the return key.
Okay, I did. Alright, see, now I have utilities. So here's disk utility. So something with that installer disk. I don't know. We made that directly from a Mac though, so that's kind of weird. Macintosh HD repair disk. Whoa, it didn't like that. Some information was unavailable during internal lookup. Problems were encountered during the repair of the partition map. Verify disk. Some information was unavailable during... Yeah, it didn't like whatever the fuck's going on here. It's giving me the option partition. Would that mean that the disk is encrypted that's doing that? Point for you? Point for you for what? It's encrypted? Probably. Michael, would you say it's encrypted? That's why it's giving that error? But here's the question, why won't it boot from it? Oh, Yosemite? Yeah. That's what I was going to do anyway. I was going to pop in the Yosemite installer. It always seems to work. Sierra doesn't for some reason. Sierra will work sometimes, but not all the time. Alright, so it knows what the... It knows the partitioning, it knows the identification, it knows the media name, it knows where it is, it knows what part of the device tree it is. Smart status is verified. So what the fuck is going on here? Won't boot because it's full? I tried to repair. It won't let me repair. Couldn't repair the partition map. EFI system partition could not be created. Wow. So I guess it is just fucking filled the fuck up. And now give me the same error again. Huh, that's weird. I guess I'm gonna try to dump off their fucking shit. I didn't break anything, Chuck. Fuck off. Alright, so this one's going to be for tomorrow then. I'm going to take it over to the Apple Store and see if we can get the information backed up on it if they can. If not, I'll just install the OS over it and be done with it. Well, I'm glad it's working. That's cool. I assume the battery's probably fucked up. It has a charge icon over the battery, but it's not doing anything. EFI system partition cannot be created. Alright, well, that's going to do it for me. I'm happy it's turning on at least. I'm going to head home. Micah is back there
Doing the last iPad.
butt fucking an iPad.
Butt fucking
And I gotta put up videos for the fucking review stuff. Hopefully I have time tomorrow. That'll be the plan at least. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you all for watching. Thank you Michael and 3X for the suggestions and everybody else. Greatly appreciated. I'm no Mac expert, but I work on them. Kind of funny. Anyway, I will see you all later. Have a good night.
Boy!